Hello guys, and welcome to my search for any Sasquatch evidence. And we're starting very briefly in some woodland on the outskirts of Cardiff, so literally on the outskirts of a capital city. We're a stone's throw away, in fact the same woodland where in 2016 there was a video of a Sasquatch on Caerphilly Mountain, which is just over this mountain. There's no significant woodland there, it's just little patches. It's a heavily used by hikers, cyclists and dog walkers area. I don't want to say there's no way a Sasquatch is there, but there's no way. And we're walking now up to some woodland behind Castle Cork, because there's something, if I can find it, that I want to show you. So that's pretty much it. It's just a little fairy castle, and if you're ever driving north of Cardiff you'll see it on the A470. It's been here since the 1300s, I think, in one form or another, but where we're going, it's up there. This is cool. 1987 with this tree here. I'll just stop so you can take a good look at it, because you can see all this section here is stripped of bark, and it's about 20 feet off the ground, easily 20 feet, on a very steep and treacherous like ravine. And then there's a section of about 10 feet that's just stripped of bark. And I was like, what's done that? And it's possible, I don't know, disease, just the bark has dried up and fallen off, but I mean, it's not patchy. It's completely come off. And it's so steep that I don't think I can even get down there, certainly not with the camera. You can just see the bark just stops. It's all fine down here, and then it just stops. And I was like, what has caused that? And the most wildlife we have here are birds and squirrels. So that's me. That's 5'8" here. It's at least double my height. You would not want to put a ladder here. I wouldn't say there's any signs of the bark coming off, but yeah, that's pretty weird anyway. Anyway, that's not what I wanted to show you guys today. What I wanted to show you guys is 45 minutes down the M4. I'm just walking along the main gravel path here, and I know I want to go up that way, and I just noticed the game trail here, and I just walked up that bit there. I don't know if you could see that guy through there, but I just startled them. They were just behind this bush here. I didn't see them till they were up there. This is Margam Park in South Wales. Nearly 900 acres of open green country parkland. And it's also home to the largest herd of deer in Wales. I think almost 400 individual deers, which are actually maintained and some of them culled every year. I can see the sea, we're right on the coast, but as we go north, between here and pretty much the Brecon Beacons, it's just woodland. It's not a carpet of woodland, it's patchy, but I'm going to send the drone over that way now, because there's some trees and things which easily could be an hour or two walk for me, but it looks far more dense than what we have here. Obviously, being a country park, the deer are here. The deer are very much aware of the hikers, the dog walkers and the cyclists. There's a whole network of cycle paths here. And they're very aware of where we are, you know, they will avoid us, they know what times of day we're around, where's a good place to sleep and hunker down, do they stay as a little herd, do they walk around on their own? And I'm just thinking, of everything I know about a Sasquatch, you're going to follow the food, you're going to be somewhere that's reasonably far away from civilization, and I was thinking this park is too small, or it's just too close to people. So over the standing stone, that's where I am flying the drone, and it's the woodland you can just see in the background there. That's what I want to take a close look at, and it's by far easier just to fly the drone over than it is to go hiking for 2 hours. So this darker patch of woodland, as far as I can see, more or less stretches up to the Bracken Beacon, so it's not just a little patch. On what is that? There's a police van. Should we have a look at the police van? I wonder if they'll have any issues with me flying around here. They shouldn't do. You can see just a small wood here. Just going to slow the drone down a little bit, take a closer look. Quite densely packed pines. But it's usually walking through forests like this, which is what I'll be more happier walking through than say on a gravel footpath or even on a road. And I guess that's where you'll come across any signs of wildlife as well. I'm not going to follow the police, just making sure my line of sight is good. Wonder what they're doing up here. I guess they could be looking for a missing person or something. I'll have to look on Google Maps and see where that road goes and what the access is, because obviously if I'm going hiking up there, I want to get as close as possible. Quick check to make sure I've got line of sight. Go and have a look at this patch of woodland. Nice and low. So you can see if the forest stays this dense, you know, for another 40 miles north, then I would say that's significant woodland that could support a Sasquatch. Well, I have nothing to back that up. Must be a UFO landing area there. Weird that they'd keep that patch free of trees. Oh, a couple of dog walkers. Hello. On our way back. It's weird, but up until a few days ago, I would never have thought there's a possibility of having Sasquatch here in the UK, and it seems like Wales is a bit of a hotspot. And just walking up here, I'm constantly looking for things that people wouldn't normally look for, whether it's the way the trees are, or the footprints, or the way the bushes are, and the way the buzzard is flying around me up above. But now that I'm looking, and I have a seemingly hotspot on my doorstep, I'm thinking I can look harder. And whereas I can't say that if there's deer here, this is where Bigfoot would be, because that's his menu source. For all we know, if there's Sasquatch in the UK, they don't go for large animals like deer. They might just eat vegetation, smaller mammals like foxes, squirrels, badgers, dogs, and small children. But now I'm thinking, if there's Sasquatch that could live in the forest behind me, within an hour's walk, There's a reservoir over there, there's a lake here in the park, and the deer literally spend the night in these trees behind me here. It's not really saying yes, but it's definitely a big what if. Slowly making my way down now, and you can see what I mean by the term woodland management. But I definitely wouldn't say today's been a wasted trip for me. I did come here knowing it's a big park with the big deer population, and just come here and see whatever else I could find. I never expected to find any Sasquatch evidence here, but seeing the forest behind me over that mountain, I know it goes all the way up to Brecon, because you can see it on Google Maps. It's almost like a big rainbow woodland, and most of the forests in Wales are sort of patchwork. There's no huge forest. That's the largest I've seen on Google Maps. So it will be good to come and spend a day or two exploring up there. Obviously it's further away from civilization, so you know, it's not a park where there's dog walkers and cyclists and things. You might get the odd one, but it's certainly further away from people. If I was a Sasquatch, that's where I'd be. So it's all about following your feet and following the facts.